Hey everybody, and welcome to Bits of Board, where we're talking board games, miniatures, cards, and dice. My name is Michael, and this is the evolution of Zombicide. This is part 3, where we're going to be taking a look at Season 3, which is the Angry Neighbors and Rue Morgue expansions. Now this is where the franchise started really stacking on those extra components, weapons, and zombie types, making this game far too big for any table out there. So I'm going to be taking you through what's new in this expansion, including those sweet Skinner zombies and the Seekers as well. Throw in a helicopter and a couple of random survivors and you have yourself the full zombie survival experience. Let's dive in and check it out. Alrighty, so here's our first scene for the day. We have Kathy and Bear here, and they are trying to get into the doctor's office back here. They've heard of a survivor hanging around. Here is our little survivor token here. They've heard that there's a survivor hanging around and hoping to recruit him for the day's work, so let's see how we go. Now, before our survivors, we have a bunch of Skinner zombies that are inhabiting this hospital, so hopefully they'll be able to deal with them. Fingers crossed over here. Let's see how we go. Kathy is going to start. Now, we're in the orange phase for our characters here, so she's just going to jump on in here and take out some zombies. Now, Kathy, being a little bit old school, has herself a sword, so she gets to roll 3 dice, and on a 4+, she's going to be taking out one of these zombies. Let's see how she goes. Alright, so good news is she's taken out one of them. So she gets to remove one of these zombies here. Standard Zombicide rules there. However, she's also rolled a 1, which means she didn't quite do away with the zombie. Every time a 1 is rolled and a survivor kills a zombie in that to hit phase, the killed zombie is replaced with one of these. This is a crawler zombie here. Let's see if we can get a close up on that. And that crawler zombie is still there to do some damage. This particular skill is what makes the Skinner zombies unique, and it makes them slightly harder to kill sometimes. So let's see how we go. We've got 2 more actions to play around with, and I think a 3rd free combat action. So let's see how we go. Alright, so we've scored a hit, but we've also scored that 1 over there, which means if we were to target one of these walking Skinners here, they would come back as a crawler, so we're just going to attack that crawler down there. 3rd action. Oh, 2 kills there. No 1s have been rolled, so those 2 are done. So Kathy has scored 3 experience for the 3 killed zombies, plus an additional experience for killing the crawler, so she goes up by 4. She's still got 1 activation left, as well as a free melee action, so I think she's going to run in here and try and take out these 2 walkers up here. Let's see. Swings her sword. Uh-oh. So we've got no hits here at all and a 1 roll. Now that doesn't mean a crawler pops out of nowhere so nothing happens. She's just in a little bit of danger here. So Bear's gonna run on in and he's going to start attacking, start swinging his nail bat here. Now he's not afraid of that big fatty over there because this thing does 2 damage per hit. So hopefully we get some kills here. So we're gonna use Bear's free melee action first. So let's roll. Oh god. Alright, so we've got the kill, but we do have to spawn one of those crawlers. So let's get rid of the fatty at least and chuck that crawler in there. 2 actions to go. Let's see if we can kill some more stuff. Alright, 2 kills there. No respawns. 1 more action. And excellent work there. That crawler is out of there. Now we've got our zombie activation next. So our runner here is going to activate once and activate a 2nd time. So that runner is coming after us, but I don't think it is gonna stand a chance. So let's move on. Bear's gonna run on in. Oh, killed it, but crawler, no good. So 2nd action, killed, well done. 3rd action, and he's going to open up the door using a crowbar, so silently. Now we're not going to spawn any zombies in here despite the door being opened, but that is just Dungeon Master's choice for the night. Kathy's going to head on in. 1, 2, 3, and in here she's going to spawn the survivor. So let's see who she gets. We have a little survivor deck here, and we're going to just choose one of those at random. Let's go this one here. and she finds a handyman. So each survivor that you can get in the game has two specific skills, an active skill and a passive skill. The handyman's active skill is to spend one action to silently open a door or break a barricade. That's pretty useful. And his passive is barricades can be built anywhere and cost one less action to build. So this guy's really useful for blocking out zombies. So let's grab his model and pop him on the board. Probably not as useful for this particular stage of the game, but that's all right. Those barricades can be an absolute lifesaver. Now, also by entering the room, Kathy has activated this marker here. Now, as Dungeon Master, I am the only one that knows what's going on, but to help me remember, I've got 2 zombie cards hidden around there. Now, this is not good. So they don't spawn at these zombie locations as per usual zombie cards, but they spawn at a specific location. So these ones here, green bed card, blue bed card, which means every single printed bed in this hospital is going to score 1 crawling zombie. So let's get these guys out of there. 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, oh my. And we're just gonna keep going. I'll just say right now, there are 12 other bed locations in this hospital that are each one of those getting a crawler. Oh boy. And that's just one of the reasons that Season 3 can be an absolute destroyer for characters. Now let's also show off the Abomination, because this is one hell of a model. Check him out. Wow. Now this Abomination, the Skinner Abomination, plays a little differently to the standard Abomination. Now he's got the normal rule in that he can't be killed by anything less than, well, he actually can't even be killed by weapons that do 3 points of damage. He's got a specific rule that he can only be killed by weapons that do full location damage, like Molotov cocktails and those sorts of things. So even if a character were to find a weapon that did 3 damage or more, would still not be able to take on the Abomination. What's worse is that at the end of every Abomination activation, he can grab all adjacent survivors and pull them into his location, making it a lot harder for players to either get out of there to clear the area so that someone can use a Molotov, or, you know, survive the next turn. So that's about it for this scenario here. I'll just show you the other characters that you can pick up. So we've got the sniper here that gives you a bonus ranged action each turn, and also gives a bonus +1 range as his passive. You've got the gunman here who can provide pistol actions to any player, while also giving a bonus dice in any ranged attacks, so that's pretty cool. And then we've got the searcher here, who pretty much just makes the searching action a lot easier, giving a bonus card. They also don't take a spot in a player's inventory, because usually you've actually got to store these guys as an inventory item. Finally, we've got Travis over here. Now, he has been camping out with his other survivors, and they've all, you know, either run off or died. Let's hope for the best with those guys. Anyway, he's got with him 2 gunmen over here, so he's not completely alone. He's just... these guys aren't as great as his old friends. Anyway, he's decided to do some camping, and he's woken up to the sound of incoming zombies. So we're going to have zombies entering from here, here, and here. So because Travis took his time getting out, we're going to jump straight into the zombie spawn phase. Now, as you can see, we've got some numbers piled up around all the spawn locations, and these are my favorite thing in this entire expansion. These will help us randomize where our zombies are coming from. Basically, Season 3 changes the way spawning works, in that there's a different spawning number for each player count. So for a 6 hero game, we're going to be rolling 4 dice, like these here, and depending on what numbers pop up, we're going to be spawning at that location. Now we've got all of our numbers accounted for here, so we are always going to be spawning a zombie with these. You could have it so that some numbers don't appear, so let's make it a little easier for Travis out here, and get rid of that 2 and 3. Anyway, let's roll our 4 dice, because at one point he did have 5 friends, but they just bailed on him. Anyway, let's roll. All right, good news is we've got 2 2s here, so we won't be spawning anything for those 2 dice, but we do have a 4 and a 5 over here, which means we're gonna spawn 2 sets of zombies. First spawn at number 4 are the Seeker zombies. So we are gonna be spawning 3 of those bad boys. Now, Seeker zombies are super powerful if they keep spawning. At the moment, they are just like any other zombie, so let's not worry too much about them, but we will continue to worry about them shortly. Anyway, let's do number 5 over here, and we're just going to be rolling some standard skinners. So we're going to be spawning 2 runners there, so let's get them in. All right. So Travis, now fully awake, is going to try and deal with the impending zombie doom, I guess. So in this location over here, it is one giant location. He's going to start shooting zombies. So he's rolling with a crossbow at the moment, which only gives him 1 dice, but he does wound and kill on a 3+, dealing 2 wounds. So let's start with his crossbow roll. Now he scored a 2 there, but because he's in the orange experience section, he gains +1 to the dice roll of ranged, so he's going to take that kill. Now in order of priority, the Seekers are going to be taken out first. So that's, Travis is pretty happy with that, so he's going to take one of those guys out. In addition to this, he's got a skill called Reaper Combat, which means when he kills something, he gets to take out an additional zombie of that type for free, pretty much. He can only do it once a turn though. So that's that. His other 2 gunmen are going to fire in. 1 hits, 1 misses. So he takes out that other Seeker. Travis is also going to take advantage of his hit and run, which means if he hits and kills a zombie, he's going to take a free movement action. So he's going to run off over here, hoping to get over to his helicopter, because guess what? He can fly. Anyway, so that's his turn, so the zombies are going to get a move as well. We're going to get 1 and a second activation for these runners, so they are all in his spot now. Oh, he's going to hope for some good rolls later. Anyway, let's spawn some zombies. We have a 6, 2 2s, which means nothing's going to be spawning for them, and a 4 here. We've got some Skinner zombies. It looks like we've got 6, whoa, 6 walkers. Over here, we have 6 more walkers. This is not good. Love it. All right, the ball is back in Travis's court, so he is going to do some zombie killing. Lucky for him, the crossbow can be used in close combat situations, so it's got a range from 0 to 1. So he's going to try and take out one of these runners here. Scoring the 3 for the 3+. Excellent. So he's going to take out one of those, and because of his Reaper Combat, he's going to take out an additional 1. He's going to take advantage of his hit and run as well and move that 1 spot closer to the helicopter, and then he's pretty much going to do nothing for the rest of it because, you know, suspense reasons. All right, all of our zombies will get an activation, meaning they're all going to pull into the middle here. Can we fit them on? I hope we can. Rifling through the the tent there. Anyway, let's spawn some zombies. Oh, what do we got? 2 1s, a 3 which doesn't go off, and a 4. All right, let's see what we got. Let's spawn those 1s first. Uh-oh, more Seekers, and this time, oh, we got 3 more of them. So let's pop them over here, and let's spawn again. Oh, God. Okay, this is great. We have 3 more Seekers being spawned on this location. Now, the special rule with Seekers is that every time one of these cards comes out, they get an additional activation. So these 3 that just spawned, they are going to run into this next section here. We spawn out 3 more of our Seekers, and we go to the next spawn. More Seekers. Excellent. All right, so we are going to put our 3 new Seekers over here. We're going to move these guys into this pack here. They didn't fall over in real life, or maybe they did. They are zombies. And they are just going to, push forward. All right, there are a lot of zombies going on here, so it is time for Travis to make a decision. The smart move would be to get out of here because there is no way, even with his Reaper ability, is he going to be able to deal with all of those zombies. But Travis has a plan. Hidden in his backpack, he has 2 wonderful, wonderful items. The glass bottle here and the gasoline. Those 2 combined give us the mother of all zombie killing weapons, the Molotov cocktail. So he spends an action to combine those 2 items. He spends another action just to move forward just a little bit. His third action is going to be to throw this Molotov cocktail into this pile of zombies, and this kills every single damn one of them. Up in flames they go. Easily one of the coolest weapons in the game. He's going to take advantage of the hit and run, moving that little bit closer to the helicopter, and as an additional action he's going to get in the helicopter. Now his travelers can't quite follow him in, so his companions can't quite follow him in just yet. He has to spend a couple of actions to actually do that, of which he's run out of at the moment. Now instead of rolling for spawning, let's just pile up a bunch of zombies here, because it don't really matter what's going to happen next, because let's just say Travis is out of here. Zombies spawn, and I'm talking a lot of zombies, and Travis, doing what he does best, is survive. Without wasting another moment, he pulls his two companions into the helicopter, one action apiece, and starts it up, flying into the sky. So we put this little thing under there, and we get some flying survivors. Yes, how cool is that, guys? Up here, he is safe from any zombie harm, so he's going to get out of here with his fourth action. He is going to move. Now, you know, helicopter flight, a little bit quicker than walking, so he gets two spaces per move. He's just going to, you know, head off from the board. See you later, guys. And those zombies, well, they can go hungry for today. So there you have it. Now that is Season 3 of Zombicide in a nutshell. The game brought us a couple of new additions. Those Skinner zombies, a fantastic idea. Having those crawlers come out of some bad rolls, just a really cool idea thematically. The Seekers, another great addition, really changing up the way, the tension when you're drawing through those zombie decks, because you do not need those Seekers cutting through your team. But it's with those variable spawn points that I think this one really hits home. Such a simple mechanic. Just building on the variability of, you know, there are different zombies coming from each spawn location. That's cool, but now we don't know which way they are coming from, and that is amazing. And that simple addition I would encourage everyone to use in their games of Zombicide. Just find a way to randomize how they're coming in, and you are going to learn to fear that unknown. Also, those event tiles make it a lot easier for DMs to control where and when those random events are happening. And really, this becomes sort of a tool for the creative Zombicide hosts out there that want to add just that little bit more unknown to the game. Of course, we've got a bunch of other characters to play around with, and at this point, you're probably drowning in them if you've ever bought a Kickstarter pack, but more is always good, right? And that is the good thing about Season 3, is it's just more Zombicide, more of what you know. There aren't any particular game changes in there except for those randomized spawning locations. It's more a new flavor for the same old meal. And yes, I do love flying around in a helicopter as well, let's just say that. But is it enough? Now just think about Season 2. We had two groups of game-changing zombies. The Berserkers that were immune to ranged attacks, and those toxic zombies that were so deadly in close combat. It made players completely reevaluate the combat system of the game. And then in Rue Morgue, we've got the Skinner zombies, where I do love the crawlers. I think it's a great addition thematically, but I don't know if they changed the strategy of the game enough to make this a must-have expansion. Season 2 content must have for sure. Season 3 has some excellent additions in there, but unless you're starved for options, I wouldn't go ahead and say it's must-have material. But it certainly accomplishes what it aims to accomplish. That is more content, more different content for an already fantastic zombie game. But combining all 3 seasons, you've got yourself one hell of a game. The cityscape of the first and second series. And if you spend any time on those prison tiles, you know bad stuff is about to happen. Throw in those open locations of Season 3 and you've got yourself a wonderful, huge environment that if anyone has the time to put something together that combines it all, to organize everything, you would have yourself an absolute blast of a time. And with that, Zombicide, as we know and love, came to an end. We had everything we needed to complete the full survival, modern day zombie experience. We were driving pimpmobiles, shooting all kinds of weaponry, throwing Molotov cocktails, killing giant abominations, sniping runners from across the table. We had more characters than we could ever hope to use in a single game. And then things got a little quiet on the zombie scene. Had we seen enough of these guys? Was the board game scene far too saturated at this point? Yeah, maybe. That is until the Black Plague came out. Now this is the next Zombicide that we're going to be checking out, which takes a break from the modern day zombie scene and takes us way on back to the times of swords and sorceries and soon to be dragons, and gives us an opportunity to survive in a completely new timeline. Now Black Plague is considered the finest iteration of the Zombicide franchise, so I cannot wait to show this one off in the next vid. So yeah, join me when that pops up. Now if you've got any questions or anything like that, chuck them down in the comments below. But besides that, guys and gals, we are done. So thank you very much for watching. My name's Michael. This is Bits Aboard. We'll catch you next time.